Hello guys and welcome back to the SimpliCode programming channel. This is Vikesh and let's get started with today's topic, which is about multiple inheritance in Java using interfaces. If you remember, in the previous sessions, I said that multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. And it is not possible because of the diamond problem, or simply put, a one child cannot have two parent classes. That's what Java says. And let's understand why this is a problem. So I have created a very simplistic diagram to demonstrate the problem of multiple inheritance, and then we will see how we can solve that. So let's say you have a class C, a normal class. Then you created two parents of class C. So basically class C is extending class A, and you also want the class C to extend class B. First of all, it is not possible in Java, and why it is not possible is because of there can be a superclass which is extending class A and class B as well. So you started with class C, you wanted class C to have two parents, which is A and B, but A and B also had a common parent, which is superclass. So now, as you know that the child classes can see the properties of the base classes as well, then if class C wants to access something from superclass, which route should it take? Should it take this route or should it take this route? That is the problem which we called as the diamond problem. And that is the reason why Java prohibits using multiple inheritance using classes. So that's the problem statement, that we don't have a clear route to reach to the superclass from class C, and we try to solve it using interfaces. So let's jump right into the Eclipse IDE to understand how we can solve it. So here I have prepared an example for this particular problem and the solution of it. So again, I'm using the same bicycle and mountain bike example for the sake of continuity. I have created an interface of bicycle which has two declarations, which is for applying brake and speed up. This is my simple interface. And then I have a mountain bike class, which is implementing the bicycle interface and providing the implementation of apply brake and speed up. This is something which you have already seen in the previous example. So nothing new here. And then you have other getters and setters, and you have a main class where you can initialize the mountain bike and get the gear, get the seat height, get the speed. We have covered all of this. There's nothing new here. But now let's say you have a requirement that you have another interface which is called vehicle, and your mountain bike should extend or implement this interface as well. Is that possible? Let's try that. Remember, mountain bike was already implementing bicycle interface. What if you want to have two parents of this mountain bike using interfaces? Like I said previously, that interfaces does solve the problem of multiple inheritance. So let's see if it does solve that problem. So I can just say vehicle here and see if the code compiles. The code doesn't compile here. And the reason is pretty expected. It's because vehicle has a declared method which is called can drive, and mountain bike now needs to provide the implementation of that particular method. So if you click on this balloon and hit on add unimplemented methods, just double click on that and you will get an empty method definition of that can drive method. And let's put a sys out for simplicity and say mountain bike can be driven. So this is how you can see this code is working fine. And now this particular child class has two parents. It has a bicycle parent and it also has a vehicle parent. So if bicycle and vehicle would have been concrete classes, then this would have caused an error. Let me quickly show you that if I can. So let me go to bicycle and I just change this to class and I put an empty definition for both of the methods. And then let's go to the vehicle class and convert interface and convert that into class as well. And again, provide an empty implementation. So I've just converted the vehicle interface and the bicycle interface into classes. And now if I go back to the mountain bike and if I change this to extends, I get a whole lot of errors. If I go here, it says multiple markers and it doesn't give you the right error, but the right error is happening because you cannot extend from two concrete classes. Now, bicycle and vehicle are both classes and mountain bike cannot do that because Java does not support multiple inheritance from classes. But if you go back to the previous state, if I just quickly do Control Z here and Control Z here in case of vehicle as well, converting both of them back to interfaces and putting the implements back here, everything goes fine. So using interfaces, you can implement multiple inheritance, but using classes, you cannot do that. Let's cover one more interesting scenario. What if you have a need to extend from, let's say, one interface and one more class? Is that possible? Because we saw the combination of two classes that was not possible. We are seeing the combination of two interfaces, which is possible. Now, is it possible to extend from a base class and implement an interface? Let's see what happens if we try to do that. And I have another class. This is not an interface, but this is a class called two-wheeler. So technically speaking, mountain bike is a two-wheeler. And at the same time, mountain bike is also a vehicle and mountain bike is also a bicycle. So what if you have a requirement that your mountain bike should also extend from two-wheeler class? Can you do that? Let's see if I can do that. I will just write extends two-wheeler and let's see if that works. It doesn't work here, but let's put it here. If I put it here, does it work now? Yes, it works. There's no compilation error here, which means Java does accept this particular construct. So what happened here? First thing, when I put this extends two-wheeler after implements, Java did not allow, which means that the extends keyword has to come right after the child class. It cannot come after the implements clause. It has to come right after the child class. That's first thing. Second thing is a normal class, a normal child class can extend from one concrete class and can also implement any number of interfaces. You see, I have two interfaces. So now technically this mountain bike has three parents. It has a concrete class two-wheeler as the parent. It has bicycle interface as the parent. And it also has vehicle interface as the parent. So three parents. So this basically justifies the philosophy or justifies the concept that a class can extend from only and only one base class, but can implement any number of interfaces. You can have more interfaces here, as many as you want. So number of interfaces is not a restriction, but number of concrete classes is a restriction. A child class will have only one concrete base class, but can have any number of interfaces being implemented from this particular class. That's the basic property. And then in the main method, you can access any of the vehicle or two-wheeler or bicycle interfaces methods and the classes methods as well if you want to. So for example, if I want to just type this, and if I just do dot here, I can access can drive as well. Now can drive was implemented in the vehicle interface or declared in the vehicle interface. Similarly, if I look for the two-wheeler method, can I see the two-wheeler method as well? Let's see if I can. Yes, and this you can see this is the two-wheeler class method which says can rotate two wheels. So I can call this particular method which is coming from the two-wheeler class. I can call the vehicle class declared method which was can drive. So this is also possible, and this is possible because mountain bike is implementing the interface of vehicle. So let's run this particular program and understand the output. So at first I initialize the mountain bike class and I print the gear, the seat height and the bike speed values. You have already seen this. Then I apply the brake and I speed up. So after applying the brake, the speed becomes 10 minus 1, 9. And after speeding up, the new speed becomes 9 plus 10 as 19. Then I call mountain bike dot can rotate two wheels, which is going to invoke the method which is defined in the two-wheeler class, which is printing a simple sysout. So I get the same sysout here. This method is being invoked from the mountain bike object due to the concept of inheritance. Similarly, when I say mountain bike dot can drive, this can drive was declared in the interface vehicle. And then when mountain bike implemented this interface, Java forced it to provide a definition of this particular method. And this is a definition, which is again a sysout. And you can see that sysout being printed here. So this is how you can implement multiple inheritance in Java using the power of interfaces. And you can also combine the classes and the interfaces. The condition is that only one class should be the parent class. And then you can have any number of interfaces as the parent entity if you want to. And that's all I want to cover in this particular session. In the next session, we are going to discuss about method overloading concepts in Java. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be massively appreciated. And please don't forget to subscribe to SimpliCode for more programming related videos. Thank you, and we'll meet again in the next session.